Do you know if they reached out to Jeff?
They did not.
They didn't even reach out.
Have not spoke to him under no circumstances.
Wow. Okay.
So when I do this interview, that's what I'm going to ask him here in a minute. Like, have you spoke with the father? And since I have, the father says he wants no part of this. Under no circumstances he wants his kid labeled with what's happening here. So since they're going to give me an interview, I'm going to go do it.
Wonderful. We're all very excited for this.
No reason to plunge a dagger into his heart like that.
100%.
There's no reason.
100%. See, this is my organization. I see it. And I travel across the country to reduce violence in black communities.
Thank you. I stand with you, sir.
On a regular basis. But today, I'm here on behalf of the father, Jeff Metcalf.
Okay.
And what he's asking you is to not use his son's image or likeness in what you're doing. You can do what you do, but that's not what he wants his son tied to.
Okay.
Out of respect for that family.
Now I would ask Jeff Metcalf if he would be bold enough to act like a father of a deceased young man that was murdered instead of being somebody suppressed, worried that he's going to spark the next race riots or some type of thing. He needs to stand for righteousness, not for the consequences of righteous actions always need to be taken seriously. He needs to be righteous before he is fearful. He is acting out of fear, not out of righteousness. He should have been on the top of the bus today. He should have been standing shoulder to shoulder with me.
Are you a father?
No, I am not.
I'm a father.
Amen.
I'm a father. As a father, there is this thing called grief. So let me tell you what's going on in his house. He's getting swatted. His only other son.
Who is swatting him?
Well,
Which
that's
community?
No, we don't know the community, but it's happening. That's on the police to find. Secondly, he has a son who's a twin, who his son died in his arms. So that means he needs to navigate that. Then his son, who's his only son, is getting death threats. So as a father, his hands is full. So the last thing he wants to be tied to is having this complex of race. So yes, violence is bad. Young black men are getting killed every day by young black men across this country.
Yes, but I'm not a member of that community. I'm a member of my community. My community is being victimized by the community of violent black,
but here's the problem.
degenerates.
But here's the problem.
Degenerates.
When you stand up in the name of God, there's one body.
Amen.
And if you're not a part of that body,
I can read statistics. So I'm also a pragmatic human being.
So
I understand when there's a problem, it needs to be addressed head on. If you tiptoe around a problem, that's how you get to the end result.
So your
of
biggest
this.
concern is the loss of white life by black people?
No, that's
is that
not
your
my
concern?
I have
The concern is a repeating pattern. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. And we just can't ignore it any longer. If it stops, we're good.
So I have a question
answer
for
that
you.
question.
Do you
My
believe
biggest
more
concern-
white people are killed by white people or by black people?
Listen, by strangers, it's 2 to 1. Every single race in domestic issues, because we live amongst each other and uncles kill uncles or drunk at barbecues and stuff like that, it's always the same amount.
So your response is this.
Let me respond, please. Please let me respond.
Is your response that Mr. Metcalf needs to get on your bus and tell people that his son was killed, but he's not you. So what I'm saying
is, I'm telling you, I'm somebody that stands for what I believe in, and I don't cower when it's time to stand.
If your desire
it's because of fear.
My desire is that another Austin Metcalf does not happen next week. And if I was his father, I would stand righteously to say, yes, but I'm a man.
We all have common sense.
So you're speaking for his father?
Hold on. We know.
No, I'm speaking for white men in this country.
Are you a father?
White people in this country.
Are you a father?
Hold on one second.
Are you a father?
Hold on one second.
Are you a father?
I'm not, but listen.
Okay, so when I talk to non-fathers who are not dealing with grief, you've talked for an hour. So if you want to address, I can give you after I give this message. The bottom line is this. You have a father that's out of respect asking you not to put his son's face in a place. How do you say you're going to represent people when you can't respect the will of the people?
Let me respond, guys. There's too much peanut gallery.
That's not what his father said. His father did not say that.
Can we please let me respond?
So you believe
I'm having a conversation between you and I. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Austin Metcalf is no longer Austin Metcalf. He is a symbol. He is a symbol of young white people being predatorized and victimized every single day, living in fear. He is living in fear. Our people in this country are living in fear. Austin Metcalf is no longer just his son.
Jeff, hold on. Jeff, do me one favor. Because there seems to be an issue that you're okay with Austin's name being plastered with this particular movement. Now, I've already addressed that. So now I want you to say one more time
protest, not
that
the movement.
do you agree with your son's name and face being attached to this movement.
Hey, Jeff Metcalf, this is Jake Lang here. I wanted to talk to you and not be led into a question. This is an illegal argument. This is called leading.
Do you agree with your son?
Can I have a conversation with you?
No, because you could have called him before that. You could have called him out of respect.
I've been reaching out. I'm one of the biggest figures in America.
Jeff,
Nobody's ever
I've given you a message. I've given you your message, and here's the response.
All family members, everybody I can find.
I've given you your message, and here's the response.
You've not given my message. You've given your message.
What he said was this.
Issue with the event?
What he said was this. He said that you, as a father, should be on the bus with him, delivering the message that he's delivering. Unfortunately, he's not a father, and the gentleman with us is not a father. Maybe they don't understand what loss is. But at the end of the day, I've given your message, and they thought that it wasn't your message.
Let me have 1 minute of my message to Jeff Metcalf.
Call him.
Okay, what's his number?
He's on the phone right now.
So Jeff, do you, huh?
This is not a good faith discussion.
Okay, hold on. Here's Jeff. Hold on. So Jeff, go ahead. Go ahead, Jake.
Hey, Jeff, it's Jake Lang here. Jeff, first of all, my entire heart rests in your hands. I would be in my position, not even as somebody even knew your son, but somebody that shares the same understanding. I grew up as a 17-year-old young white man too, and I grew up in fear of my life around black people because they were killing and robbing people around me all the time. And I don't understand, as I was a father, you could sit idly by and not condemn the culture that killed your son. There is an epidemic problem in this country, and your voice could be one of the loudest voices in this country, but you have chosen to recoil out of fear and continue the suppression. Why will you not stand with me and with the rest of the people? We're not calling for racial divide. We're not calling for hatred. We're saying 350,000 attacks on white people by black people a year in this country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I gave you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir.
Thanks.
You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
Here, you are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's the problem. You've been submitted.
Hold on, hey, Jeff.
You've been submitted.
I'll handle it from here.
You've been submitted, sir.
You're not gonna make
If we were all of your nature,
guys, listen.
You're
Let
not
me say
gonna
this.
shame us. Not gonna-
Do you know who you're talking to? You don't, do you?
I'm talking to a black man.
You don't. No, you're not.
Okay.
You sit here, you talk about Trump.
But I am. You're not
Google
gonna
my
make me
name
back
and
down.
Trump. No. When you do that, my name is Bruce.
I agree with black males winning,
Google that.
but they're not winning right now.
You're doing,
they're becoming degenerates.
What you're doing
and murdering white people.
You're not helping America.
Oh man, this case is crazy, bro. Like I can't even lie. This case is something else, bro. It's crazy, but so the Austin Metcalf, I call it the radical Austin Metcalf. Because it was never co-signed by his people. It was never co-signed by people that support him, that want strictly justice for him. Like, I didn't hear nobody really come out and say it. It was just like a fly that popped up, and I just call it the radical one, bro. Like, it failed today. It didn't hit. I'm gonna say it failed when you try to refer it to amount of people that are in the comments. 7,000 people and a random content creator on YouTube in the comments and talking crazy, high-powered, Twitter, talking memes, really just egregious, disrespectful, prejudiced, racist memes and all this stuff, and you can't even get 25 people out there to support you, barely, not even 20 people. Like, he didn't have Austin Metcalf's father, Jeffrey Metcalf, he didn't appreciate this, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say, oh, I was surprised, because I never really heard him being the one that was pushing the hate. There was only these comments that's like these random users online, like, y'all, them was the only ones pushing it, bro. So I could never really like, even though I was gonna title it, I made sure I went back and put radical Austin Metcalf. I didn't want to just put Austin Metcalf protest fails miserably, because them people weren't really the representatives, you know what I'm saying? I knew them was just some people, some J6ers, if you know the J6ers, trying to camouflage or whatever, Neos or whoever, trying to camouflage, you know what I'm saying? Or the Klan, yeah, trying to camouflage this as a case with this kid. His father from the jump said that he wished this didn't happen and he had no hate towards the parents of Carmelo. Just like if you look at Carmelo Anthony press conference, his mom broke down in tears and at the end of it and was like, yo, I'm sorry to y'all family. I'm paraphrasing how she said it, but she's like, to the people that's affected. But I can't, she said it for sure. Like, it wasn't like vague. She was saying it literally. But even she said that. So people keep saying that the parents don't feel no type of way or never express. Now, because they didn't want him there, that's something different. Maybe they felt like he was going to have a freaking gun. You know, your kid just did unalive his kid. It could be that. That's why when I said, when they had that meeting, they was intimidated. They didn't even want to come in and start the thing. He came in there, and then Austin Metcalf, dad came in there with the cop, the real state trooper glasses with a fanny pack. He probably had that snub-nosed boy in there. I'm just thinking what they could be thinking. I don't think they didn't want him there because they felt like he didn't deserve, or he doesn't, you know, first of all, that was a private thing for them to throw, and they wasn't clarifying what happened. Y'all, people kept saying, I thought they was gonna clarify what happened in that person. No, they said they was clarifying the funds. How they gonna say what happened and the lawyers gotta fight that case? Why would he even be in there? And they wasn't even there. Like I said, the mom was right there, or the people was right there. Well, I was right there eating popcorn, I seen my son, da 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 da. Like, and they're not gonna have him come up there, Carmelo Anthony. But anyways, he went, you heard what he said. He said he ain't stamping none of that, he ain't co-signing none of that, he ain't with none of that. Take his son name off of that, all that. Like, why is they playing? You know what I'm saying? Why is they playing, bro? Like, and shout out to Freedom News too. Y'all go subscribe to Freedom News. Y'all seen the freedomnews.tv. Y'all seen the name on the screen. Shout out to them for that content. Yeah, they got the black dudes on some. Yeah, when the J6 guy said, well, why then you gonna insult the man? You're being weak. That's white guilt. Damn, but there's always something. You're gonna cook up something even for your own people. That's white guilt. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you fake Donald Trump. And it's crazy because a lot of these type people don't even realize they're imitating being Donald Trump. Yeah, even with the way they dress, the blue suit with the red tie and how they talk, and then, like, y'all don't even understand that y'all are like imitating Donald Trump. I get it though, because people imitate people all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then this black dude, like I was saying, back to him, he's on some, yeah, this is the little sidekick, the black dude. Like, what's up with you? Like, that's all you are holding. You got your own problems to deal with, like with your personal inner self. That's some whole different. But he leaned on some, yeah, sir, this is a black guy that's weak. Like, what are you saying? Why'd you say this is a black guy that's weak? Were you trying to say that, hey, this is a black guy talking, so you know we strong than you or something? Like, what was you trying to say? And why are you even siding with these people who are clearly going against that? Was it Uncle Tom? Oh, Uncle Tom. Hey, Mr. Jeffrey, like Mr. Metcalf, yeah, this is a black guy. You're a weak. Like, I thought if you're siding with whatever, that's so confusing to me in so many different levels of why you even say something like that. But yeah, that was a complete failure, man. But I want to salute Jeff Metcalf, father, for standing on business, man. And shout out to that guy in the beginning. I don't know who he is, but I don't with the hat, the one that delivered the message. That was a entertaining way of he delivered the message, and he kind of was he's very to the point about it, you know. And y'all talking about what y'all would do with a kid. Y'all don't even, it's crazy because when he was like, are you a father? When the black dude was like, are you a father in the beginning? And then the two rallied people, radicals, there was some, no, like, so how you going, you're not even the father, and you gonna go against what, so that's, you're really not for this. You're trying to mask y'all hate in Austin Metcalf's loss of life. Like, bro, come on, bro. It's just so crazy on so many levels. That train is going crazy. But, yeah, bro. Salute Austin Metcalf, father, bro. Because he, That's the last thing. That's what I'm saying. People don't need to be, the boy, they got him. He on bond. If he lose the case, he lose the case. I think that, this is what I think. I think that Austin Metcalf shouldn't have put his hands on him. That's all I'm gonna say. And if that's considered self-defense, then hey, that's self-defense. But I'm not the law. So in the law, they usually go back to, well, was he there? Was the kid supposed to be there? They go back to what trumps, the charges. All right, why were you there? Were you trespassing? All right, if you was good on that, you good on that. Why'd you have a knife? Was it the right size of it? Like, they go that. Then they're gonna say, well, what between, you know what I'm saying? It's a legal process. They're gonna go through every situation of what could have been prevented and how, like, what really happened. You know what I'm saying? And if he go to jail, he go to jail. But y'all got a due process, just like the people were saying in the rally today. Due process, due process, due process. Like, bro, what's up? What's up, man? But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. This shit getting crazier and crazier. About a minute with this case, bro. It don't make no sense. This has the power to flip and become like something really bad if it's mishandled the wrong way. That's all I'm saying. This could be bad for the country. George Floyd 2.0. I'm saying I ain't begging for it, and it's gonna be crazy because a black person didn't die. But you see what I'm saying? We don't need none of this. It's not even about that. It's not even about. It's about he does deserve a bond. He got a bond. He paid it. All right. Let them do the case. Let the people do the case. Because if it get pushed out of that town, so to go to another town, it's gonna be crazy. So let me know what you think, man. Like I'm saying, I'm going 10. Hey, make sure you subscribe to my other channels pinned in the description for exclusive content and send me all reactions to the Discord that's pinned in the comments. Gang.